depended on COVID. Well,
Look, what are you gonna
gotta
do
open
with
it.
that?
Yes,
All right,
exactly. So
so-
they're like putting
all
up
right.
billboards, they're doing all this stuff, but for $75, it was a gift card.
Okay, I'm going to call the meeting to order at 7:10.
Okay.
You want minutes? Take minutes? Okay. And Judy is not present because she is ill. All right, the next business is minutes of the previous meeting. I'm sorry we did not get it out to everybody before the meeting, so take time to read through it.
It's warmer in here than it is in the other building. It's nice.
Yeah.
I read it before really quick. I'm just going through it again. Holly was missing last time. Alright. Oh, that's mine. You were the one missing. When they had recognition for volunteers, this is what they give out to everybody.
How
And,
nice.
that's your little, treat that goes with it
Nice.
for all the volunteers and all the committees. While you're reading that, I'm gonna read this.
Yeah, I haven't read it, but
That's okay.
I figured I'd
I'll
just
give it
print
right
it
back
out.
to you.
Oh, I can read it at home.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't know if you saw it.
I'm just gonna underline this also. And when you read, I'll give this back to you. I'm sure I have it in the email.
Well, you're on there.
Yeah.
It's a continuation of a message that you had started on that thread.
Mm-hmm.
But it just appeared right before I left, so.
Gotcha. All right. Any corrections or anything that anybody noticed?
Oh, good.
All right. I make a motion. We accept the minutes as written. Fine. Do we have a second?
Can I second it since I
Sure,
did them?
sure.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Excellent, all right, so I will sign off on this copy. Approved. The next thing is a COVID-19 flu Maven update. Lori, did you get to talk with anyone?
Raya? Yeah, they, the school said they would take 300 COVID tests, and I did forward that to Judy,
Yep,
'cause she was the one gonna order them for the town and for the school, so
yep.
they'll take 300.
So I believe we're gonna order a total of 1,800.
Yeah, that sounds right. I think it was
Some for the camp, sports camp,
Yeah,
Burton Sports
500.
Camp.
1,000 for the town.
Yep, and then some
300
for the school.
Yep.
That's in those minutes
Is it?
that you just read, yep.
Those,
Yeah, so,
Yep.
okay.
right here.
So Judy,
Yep.
Judy was taking care of the ordering of that, right?
Yes, she
Okay.
is.
Yeah, so I
Um,
did email her that, a week or more ago, so.
Perfect. that was within the time frame that she needed to place the order.
Yeah.
Do we have any Maven update reports? I have not seen anything in any of the emails in the office giving us any kind of update. So
No,
just
so
to note,
did you see
note
what
that.
came from, golly,
Sandy?
Dottie?
No,
No,
Dottie.
Sandy?
It's okay. Did you
That was
guys get
kinda-
information from someone or not?
Yes, I got, Dottie McNamara,
Okay.
so do you know her? She's from the Fitchburg
Okay.
Board of Health, and she also does the Maven updates for MPHN.
Okay.
And she sent me that email. I sent it to everybody. Did you guys get that?
No.
I didn't
Nope.
see that.
What was the gist of it?
It was just the, basically she was saying that
I might
they
have
had
gotten
kinda
it.
stopped. Yeah, I sent it out to
Yeah, I
everybody.
think I did get it. I saw it,
You did. Okay.
but
yeah.
I didn't read it,
I might. Maybe
cause it
Maybe
was
I'd forgotten.
Yeah.
already.
in a moment of doing other things, it's like, oh no. Okay.
Yeah, she was basically saying that they had stopped doing the reports because COVID was kinda done and they weren't doing that. But then she gave us the Hubbardston's full total up till the day she emailed me, which I think was December 21st. So it had the full numbers of any reportable diseases for Hubbardston in it. It was like a report.
Oh yeah, it's a
Yeah.
spreadsheet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is
So
this
I
it?
sent that to everybody, I think on the 21st or 22nd.
Is that it right there?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's got a weird subject, right? The email.
Oh.
So yes, you did
Yeah,
send it.
'cause that's
Would
from
you
Dottie.
mind resending it to me?
Oh, no, sure.
Thanks. I
Or
don't think I
actually-
got that actually for some reason.
Can you forward that, seeing as you
You
have it right
actually,
in front of you?
you did get it.
I did get
You're
it.
on the thing, but I'll forward it. Let me see if I can do that in here.
Forward it to inspect. Did it go to inspect as well? The town.
No, I think it just went to our
All right.
group.
So would you forward it to the inspect?
Yeah, this is through 12/20.
Yes, I mean, and I also put the contact person for the billing in there too. I got the name of the person, that was, Lois
I'm sure.
Ogilvy. Lois is the person, she's the clerk in the payroll department, and her phone number is included in that email.
Send it to me again, please. I'm not sure I got it.
Yeah, your name is in it,
Yeah,
it
I know, but
went
I
to you.
don't wonder if it went somewheres like spam or something, and for some strange
Oh.
reason shouldn't, because I get
No.
everything else.
Yeah,
from
it's
you.
the same group, and it was the 5 of us that were on that email.
Okay.
So anyway.
Okay, it won't let me do it in here. It says
Okay,
unable
I'm sorry.
to attach.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have any service here, that's why I was hoping you did.
I only have
Um,
3G and it doesn't let me do
alright.
much of anything.
Yeah.
You know what, let me resend it to the
I'd
inspect.
appreciate. Yeah, to
Um,
inspect.
That's inspect@hubbardstonmass.us, that one,
Mhm.
okay.
Yep.
I will resend it,
You
but
know,
yeah.
maybe I was looking for it there and didn't look at home.
Yeah, that's
could've
that's
been
where I
my
had sent the
fault.
information
That
on
could have been my fault.
the vaccine clinic information went to that, but the other stuff came later, so I sent that as an email. But I'll resend.
All right, please. Thank you. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
No problem. Okay. Yeah, they're having quite a few COVID clinics, and like I said, giving those $75 gift cards.
At Gardner, yes.
Yeah, the CHC's doing it, the Gardner school system is doing it.
Okay.
I just wish they would start doing some flu clinics, but from what I heard, the flu vaccine is a shortage. So they're not doing the big clinics, but I guess
Okay.
your doctor's office might have some. The flu is huge right now, it's causing a lot more serious symptoms than COVID is.
I just
Right.
got mine in my doctor's office 2 weeks ago. I had an
Yes.
appointment, so I
Yeah.
always get it there, because
Yeah.
I always have an appointment
Yeah.
in December, so.
But if you haven't gotten a flu shot, go get one.
Mm.
Type A influenza is huge right now. It's like whipping through the school and whipping through it's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, symptom wise and severity, it's worse than COVID.
Hmm.
It really is. No one's talking about it. So get your shot.
Yes. Yes. So I had asked the clerk that covers for the Board of Health land use stuff, to see if he could put it out as an e-blast, and it did go out as an e-blast. So if you're on that list of emails that gets, from the town, you'll get it through that, and it was listed there. They did put it out.
Oh, good.
2 days after we knew about it. So
Yeah.
it went out 2 days before the clinic.
The one in
Great.
Gardner.
Yes,
Yeah.
as an e-blast.
Good.
So they did do that. So that was great.
Yeah.
All right. There are some water tests. They're part of the permit process for 2023, which we'll be voting on a bunch of permits that have come in for kitchens and so on. So I didn't have them listed separately for this meeting, okay? And so for permits, you ready to here we go. I'm gonna start reading them as we go, and we'll just handle them. Get this on across. So we have Jeffrey Lawrence Septic Services for the year of 2023. We have Pete Lyman, here it is, excavating for 2023. We have Wind River Environmental as septic hauler permit for 2023. We have Waste Management, there's a trash hauler. We have business that's called American Site Corp. The owner is Robert Ruggiero, and he is a sewage disposal installer.
Robert Ruggiero. What is it? Sewage disposal.
Yeah, installer.
Sewage.
I'm putting all these one category together. We have F.A. Machete and Sons septic hauler for 2023. How about I let you guys start signing on there on those. We have septic hauler of L.R. Favreau Septic Service. He's a septic hauler. We have Roddy and Son. He's a sewage disposal installer. Everybody's been, yeah, keep those clipped together.
Oh, okay, these are together, okay.
Oh, no, the two paper clips stuck, sorry.
There we go, okay.
Okay, this is just the rest of his packet.
And they've all paid their fees and everything's all set with them.
Yes. Yes. Been keeping track of that.
Do I sign this one that doesn't have another?
Yeah, below.
Just sign
below.
that. Yes, we have double checked and deposited the checks. The pink slips are our copy that goes in our files.
So this one has no slips with it?
It's,
Oh, okay.
sorry, it's here.
Okay, good.
The next is R.M. Rada Corp. He's a septic hauler. And you just keep a stack of signed ones over there, okay?
These are signed.
Those are signed, yeah, okay. Alright, the next one is Scotty's Pies. He's a septic hauler permit.
I love that.
They're a good company out of New Hampshire.
Yep, I see them in a lot of places. On the side of the road.
So the fee to the town is different depending on what they're
Yes,
doing.
that is correct. Okay. Did you get that one? Roddy and Son? Was that down there?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Here's the last, that stack of things. Then did you sign all of these?
Yeah.
So yes, this is what we spent time on last week in the office working, is to make sure all the paperwork was correct. So then, when, next week, a copy of each of these things will be, made to keep, and they will get the original email. Then we'll do the food ones in a moment.
Why do some of these have more paperwork?
Their insurance papers.
Are included. So the next ones that we have, is just, here's all the application work. And here's, I printed out the permits. We have, and there's 2 copies, one that will stay with us and one, so if you don't mind signing twice, one that will go to the business. So we have the Hubbardston Market, tobacco sales. We have the Hubbardston Rod and Gun Club, food establishment permit and milk distribution.
I'll give them to Glenn. It's both the same thing. Just make sure we keep them together, I guess.
Yeah, just keep them together if you can. Maybe put paper clips that are there, put them back together. That'd help me out next week. Next, we have Westfield Farm, food establishment permit and milk distribution. Next, we have the Quabbin School District, Hubbardston Center School, food establishment permit. And I'm assuming that all of you were approving based on the fact that we're signing them. That's our, your approval that we're doing this. I can't sign this one, it's for my own. It's Ladybug Farm Produce, it's a residential kitchen and milk distribution. Next one is Giacomo's Gourmet Foods, food establishment permit.
No milk?
No, they don't sell any kind of. Just do food. Next one is the Council on Aging Senior Center. For them, we waive the permit fee. And so it's been waived, but they, turned in all their serve-safe records and everything, so it's fine, everything's good. Then we have the Hubbardston Market under a food establishment permit. My comment about this is the Hubbardston Market also sells milk and ice cream. So we'll be writing a letter to them that they need to pay for those permit fees as well. On frozen foods, so
Oh, so that's like separate?
there's separate fees for those additional items. They're not
Oh.
huge fees, but they do pay for it, yes.
Oh.
You said for milk and frozen?
Frozen and ice cream.
So, they pay separate for the deli too, or is that just included?
That goes under the food establishment,
Oh, okay,
but,
but dairy is separate?
yeah,
Oh.
dairy is separate. Then we have Rieta Flea Market, food establishment permit.
Come on, our paper clips over here. One more.
And then, I could have put this all on one permit, but I didn't catch it till after I was to the end. The Hubbardston One Stop Shop, and that's the owner's name.
Okay, so that's the actual name.
That's the actual name, which I'm going to slaughter if I say it out loud.
It looks like Shoe Blob.
Hubbardston One Stop Shop. They have the frozen dessert and ice cream permit, and then they have the food establishment permit.
Frozen ice cream.
And, yes. And what they are missing is the tobacco sales permit. Did you make a note that they're missing this tobacco sales?
Yep.
Cause they do sell the cigarettes, so. Liquor licenses go directly through the select board.
Oh,
They
okay.
don't go through us, because it's a state approved thing.
Can I write on this? Is that okay?
Here. There. All right, that's, I apologize on the back one. And then this was all their fees and their applications. I kept those, there we only have to, so, on these, it's right on their application as to what they're getting and the signature.
Those are the holler
Those-
ones.
Yeah, the haulers and stuff,
Yep.
whereas the food ones have a separate, longer application, therefore it wouldn't fit on one sheet of paper, and that's why we come up with these additional certificates, which they are required to post in there, so.
What did I say? This is,
The Hubbardston One Stop.
oh, the frozen dessert, okay, this was food, okay. I just realized, that's right, they're different.
Yeah, well, we're out of the paper clips unless somebody sees some somewhere. I don't see any more. Well, okay. Let's try and keep them together.
Big responsibility.
Papers like to move when you don't want them to.
So I believe formally we're supposed to, make a motion that we approve all of these as we have signed them.
I'll make a motion.
All right, Colleen makes a motion for the approval of all the permits that we have just listed.
A second?
Lori seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All right, thank you for all of that. Okay. Right. I suggest that under old business, all the previous items listed in the December 13th agenda be tabled until January 10th, except for one, Board of Health building clerk position, and two, the item about the board helping get the files organized. It, Nancy Perone has agreed to, work 20 hours a week, to cover the Board of Health building clerk position. And under section 42 through 44 of chapter 48 of the general laws of Massachusetts, any multi-member board body has appointment authority under the general laws, and the town administrator shall consult with such officer or multiple member body prior to making an appointment under this section. And therefore, we are taking a vote tonight. I participated in the interview of 3 applicants that were all had good qualifications as previously selected to come in for interviews. They were interviewed a week and a half ago approximately, and after discussion, it was the position was offered to Nancy Perone. She will be working for Board of Health building and also to continue at the police department. And so therefore, under this general rule of boards, organizations, I make a motion that we approve hiring Nancy Perone for the Board of Health position. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. So she's going to start next January 3rd. In this position, I will be meeting with her that day. We'll start looking at what she sees and what Judy and I have seen. Yeah, there it is. It's right there.
Thank you.
Judy and I have seen as needs, and that's where we are talking about organizing the files. We have stacks of things that just need to be filed that were completed while Mallory was still covering over the summer months. She would make sure the paperwork but it all ended up in a big stack, so it needs to be filed. We also have a cabinet of medical records that are from the 1990s that at this point are to be shredded, so we need help with getting those shredded because we no longer need to keep them. We are required, I believe, for those kinds of things, which is now Maven reports that should be coming to us as names and actions taken. I believe we're required to keep them 7 years. Don't quote me on that just yet, but I think that's what it is.
Judy had me looking into that, and I've looked everywhere.
So
I can't find any exact. It says 7 years for a doctor's office and 30 years for a hospital.
Right, and there is, the town clerk has a guide from Mass
they
Law
do.
as well.
Okay.
And I believe that's the correct amount of time
Yeah.
that we looked at on that list.
The schools is 7 years too, so
So I
that
think
sounds
it's-
about right.
Yeah, so, we have a whole 3-drawer file cabinet of stuff that is very ancient that at this point we should be shredding. So, we have that job. We have a lot of the, septic perk tests and all the rest that were like I said, handled by Mallory when she was coming in at just a few hours every couple weeks to make sure stuff didn't just not happen. And that all needs filing. We also have a lot of land use / Board of Health that has to do with septic plans, the engineer's plans, and so on and so forth, that need to be filed in big long folders of your permanent land records of what's on your site. Title V's, and so on. We also have a 1.5-year stack of septic haulers reports. So when your septic system is pumped, the hauler sends a report to the town that it's done in, and then the town records that. And I'll keep it at that. I won't go into all explanation, because I'm trying to keep the meeting short. But we can discuss why you do that. But that's one of the things that needs to be entered into the computer. I think that's something that we, with access to a computer, that can go into that file, can enter them. Name, address, date, kind of thing. And then the papers are, gets saved to the cloud, and therefore it doesn't have to be saved as a piece of paper any longer.
Is there an existing file on the computer for that?
Mm-hmm.
There is. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So we'd just be adding to one that's already existing.
Correct. But
Okay.
since we're out quite a long time, it doesn't look as new as it should be. But yes, so that's the rule of, and it's highly recommended by Massachusetts law that you have your septic tank pumped every 2 years, no less than every 2 years, so that your system doesn't fail. There's reasons for that. Because if it gets too full, then your D-box that controls the water outflow from your house will fail. And then you have repair bills. So it's much cheaper to have your tanks pumped periodically. And everyone in town has private septic systems, so it is very important for water safety when you get a downpour of 5 inches and stuff like that. It's very important that we keep that up for ourselves and our own water safety, as far as not being contaminated, but also our neighbors, wildlife, everybody. So it's a good rule, and that's why we should all, as much as we're able to, follow that rule. Just get them, the tanks pumped every couple years. All right. So, I think that I will meet with Nancy next Tuesday, and if you guys would email me hours that you might be available once I know her working hours, because it would be good to have the clerk there when you are able to volunteer and do something.
So you don't know what days yet she's gonna be in the office?
I received a text from her about what was being proposed. I'm not sure it's final, so I don't want to speak to it until I know it's the final hours.
Okay.
So once we know that, then we can match everything up according to what we can do. And I think that will get us.
Do you think that'll happen before the 10th? Because that's our next meeting.
I think.
And then we can.
I think we can sort out before then.
So if you
Where
send an
we might
email
help.
out to us telling us when she's gonna be available, like when is a good time for us to come in, and then we can look at our schedules and send it back to you.
Yep. And if we all help each other through this, I am more free in the wintertime to come in when you guys are volunteering and give you a more detailed tour of where stuff is, so that we're all on the same page.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Even if it's 1 hour a week, that's okay.
Yeah. So Nate said something about a shredder truck coming in, or are we not at that point? We're just gonna do.
No, we're not at that point yet.
Okay, alright. He meant more for things that had already been digitized.
I think so. I don't quote me on that, cause I'm not 100% sure. Alright, is there any new business
Oh,
Bless
excuse
you.
me.
that anybody has?
No, any questions we had on the stuff from the last meeting we're tabling, correct?
Pretty much.
All right.
If you have,
I'll just
if
put
there's
that.
if there's a question on something, send an email out that we make sure we discuss it next time.
Okay.
Under turnovers, so, here's the latest turnover dated 12/19/2022. I'm not seeing both pages. But all the checks for all the food establishment and all the other types of haulers and so forth were deposited. The total amount of the deposit was $3,130. Some of the permits that are for septic go to the septic fund, and the rest come to our revolving account. So they will have a different code number on it.
Has the public health nurse been tabled until we can figure out funding, is that?
So the public health nurse, we had a lady come forward, we were gonna invite her to a meeting. However, I have not set up a date to sit with Sandy, our treasurer, on a day when the accountant is available. So we need to go over all the septic account and the revolving account for the last several months, because some things were put in against the revolving account. For example, our Inspector Tim that we had, initially they had charged all his, which he was just doing septic issues, went against the Board of Health revolving account instead of the septic revolving account. And so the septic revolving account was in the black, the Board of Health revolving account was in the red. They made those corrections and now it's flipped. The revolving account is in the black and the septic is in the red. But I think that's because I think some things were deposited to the wrong account still. Because the fees collected for a perk and so on should cover what was paid within a reasonable amount.
But we still don't know if there's gonna be enough funds for the public health nurse.
Since we are pulling it from the revolving account, and that is now in the black, we should be able to go ahead.
Okay,
Right. I just wanna confirm with,
yeah. Sure, we're all set.
Fitchburg's, what was the
MPHN.
MPHN
Darby McNamara, yeah.
billing person,
Oh, Lois, yep.
Lois,
Mhm.
where we stand on how far we've been paid through. I believe it's, so that's the issue. Once we know that, then we can move forward.
Okay, so if we're paid through, say, March, we would not have the public health nurse start until March.
April, yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to call Lois and find that out? Or would you rather do that?
No, that's fine. If you could call Lois and just ask when our coverage for Maven expires, that's what we need to know, just to
Okay.
confirm.
All right, I'll figure that out.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, so we're working, I'll still be working on 2 fronts for the month of January, so. Is there any unexpected subjects that anyone knows about for tonight? Thank you. Our next meeting will be, the second
Yes.
Tuesday of the month, which I believe is January 10th. I believe we will be meeting here in the Slade building, because, recording fees are less using this unit versus the other building. So if we're gonna help the town, this is one way we can help. And, there was one more thought I had. I don't know. Let me think. Yes. Nope, I think that's it. All right, anything else from anyone else? Thank you for coming out on the holiday week, appreciate that very much.
Not a problem.
All right, so I will call to adjourn the meeting at 7:58 PM.